As I continue my path, my growth, my journey as a portrait photographer, I continue to reach out to people to get my reps in, get my exercise in, continue to dial in my style, my taste, my business candor, my intention. So reaching out to I man, when I saw her, I loved her look. I loved her look. And this is about when I started to be very intentional about my shoots and my sessions and the reason I reach out to people. And I wanted I wanted someone with a strong look, but almost if I could describe it, I wanted this effortless beauty. And they're looking at her portfolio, I didn't quite see anything that was my style of taste, but man, I had to take a stab because I thought she was very beautiful. And there's something about her eyes that I was like, nah, I have to have this in my portfolio. So I reached out and she was very excited and we booked a session. Now, I did things a little different. I took control. I took control. And what's intimidating about taking control is if you're going to exist in the editorial world, then you really have to be comfortable in creativity. And creativity just doesn't show up. Creativity is planned, creativity is envisioned, and then it's executed. Up until this point, all of the sessions I've had were just executed, no real direction. And I thought to myself, all right, you know, you know how to put your camera on F8, bro. Like there's enough here. I sat back for a week and I looked at all my prior sessions and I took notes about things that I thought I could do better, things I wanted to investigate, changes I wanted to make. And I landed on a few purposeful changes and probably wasn't the best thing to do in hindsight. Because I think it's usually best to do 1, 2 changes max at most. But in the interest of time, in the interest of resources, meaning I don't have models falling out the closet that I can just every day, yo, come stand in front of this so I can do X, Y, and Z. My wife is tired of me. You know what I mean? So like my approach was, okay, let's see if we can do changes in seasons. So this was the beginning of season 2 for me. And here are the very purposeful changes that I made. 1, you need to have intention. I want to have 4 to 5 hero shots that I'm going after. And what that requires is, if I say I want to have a shot where she's facing the key and the chin is slightly toward the lens and slightly down, forehead out a little, and I'm looking for that jawline. I have to build that with the model. I have to start somewhere and I have to let her set in the pose and we make those macro adjustments. And that takes time. And in my head, it probably took, in my head, right? Because I'm having this conversation with you guys in hindsight, it's gonna take me 2 minutes to build a pose or to build that hero shot. Whatever, fail, wrong. But I can tell you that I had the right idea. So that was one thing that I made the change. I need to have 5 intentional possible portfolio shots from this shoot, which means I need to know what I want to shoot and what I'm expecting the model to help me achieve. 2, I've since learned the value of a tripod. And this is a big one. This is a big technical one. I was not shooting my studio work on a tripod, which means the model was doing whatever, however, they were moving left, right, up, down, front, back. And the lighting that I took the time to build in the beginning of the session was no longer the lighting that I had at the end of the session, because the model went a little left, and then I would adjust with my camera to keep her in frame, or she went back a little bit and I would adjust with my camera to keep her in frame. What does that mean? So now when I go and post, the background was a different color, right? Why is the background a little more gray than it was? Like, there's all these things that were changing, or like the light on the model's face is not as properly exposed as it was before when we started. Yeah, because she moved back like 3 feet, right? And I'd watching some videos, I'd seen like, oh man, that's why you put it on a tripod. Because when you put your camera on a tripod, your frame is set and there's no opportunity for the model to go in and out of the frame. You'll know if the model is in and out of the frame, which means there's no opportunity for your lighting to not be consistent. Your lighting is what you need it to be. Mind blown. And then I had to go on Amazon and get me because I wasn't shooting tripod, I need what do you call these things? The vertical, I needed the L bracket, right? So I got my L bracket, I got my tripod, now I'm shooting on a tripod. And then my third change was one light. One light, one reflector. Because in the accelerated program that I'm in, Steve Carty's the photographer, and I'm taking this serious, guys. So I'm in this program to pull me along as a portrait photographer. He had leaned into me about the 4 lights that I'd prior shooting. And he was like, oh, this is trash. You're shooting 4 lights, but I'm not seeing a reason for 4 lights. I'm not even seeing 4 lights in the photo. So I'm shooting 4 lights and I don't even know how to set up 4 lights. Get back to one light. So I got back to one light and a reflector. This was season 2. And these are the images that I'm getting from season 2. My takeaways from this session. Man, as I'm looking through the viewfinder, and that's another thing I also changed. I'm not looking at the back of my camera anymore. I'm looking through the viewfinder when I'm shooting my portrait sessions. The warmth, the butterflies, the flutter that I'm getting as I'm seeing these images. And my first thought was in my head, I was like, yo, these are fire. It's like another evolution of the outer body experience that I'm having in my own work. These are fire. I wanted to contain it. And then I said to myself, why? Why contain it? I'm in charge of this session. I need to let that energy out. And she came to the session with 2 of her friends. And here's what's interesting. It makes sense, right? You got a model coming to your home studio. She's coming with backup. There's a lot of weirdos out there. I'm not even... Let me let this energy out to give confidence to my model, because I also shoot tethered. And we have an audience. So as I'm like, oh my God, hour, that's it right there. Give me more, lean into that. Stay right there, adjust it, head forward just a little, tilt the head just a little, chin down just a little. Give me some intention in the eyes, just a little. And as we make those adjustments, you could hear her people like, yes, yes. And I'm behind the camera like, yes, yes. And then as we go through, right, you start to see the confidence building. She's in there. She's feeling it. It's like, what is happening right now? What is happening right now? Like, I'm behind the camera dancing. Oh my God, we ballin', baby. We ballin'. This is season 2 of my portrait photography journey. Yo, we doing it. I fell in love. I fell in love with these photos. I fell in love with the energy. I fell in love with what she was giving me. Like, everything about this session, like the Rembrandt lighting, the way there's just a kiss of light on the opposite cheek. Like, it was just, I couldn't believe, yo, this is mine. This is me. This is my session. I'm in charge here. Like, I could not believe, right? And then this led to this, like, yo, you need to do this unequivocally every single time moving forward. Like, if I'm doing a shoot, if I'm having a session and I'm not preparing in a way where I don't have the shots that I want. I don't have my lighting in such a manner like this, where there's an intention for this lighting. Simplicity. The point of this lighting setup is for me to understand lighting. It's for me to understand how lighting shapes my subject's face, my subject's features. And if I'm not doing that, then it's a fail. If I don't have those 5 shots, if I haven't communicated to my model for accountability what these 5 shots that we're after, then it's a fail. Because there's no going back for me. And even in this shoot, you can see we're experimenting, we're trying some things. I'd say we got about 5 or 6 really strong portfolio images from this. The images that I delivered, she was elated by, she was happy. She was like, oh, we're definitely working again. We're doing it. Like, all of that. And it's this culmination of so many things. It's this culmination of me taking the accelerated program that I'm in seriously, where every time I submit an image, he would tear it down. And I'm like, what is this guy, racist? He's black, by the way, right? This guy just don't like me, right? And like, me coming to that point of like, well, I'm not the person to continue to fail. That's just not in me. So if he's telling me, yo, nah, none of this is good, you need to go back to one light, well, then I'm going back to one light. If he's telling me you don't have intention for your shoots, well, I'm gonna get intention. And what's interesting about this, a lot of my prior models that I quite like, they were pulling me because they had experience and they're saving me. They're saving the session. Here, I'm not being pulled. I'm standing next to a great model. And I'm a great photographer. And together, we are striving to be better, right? Now I'm in the stratosphere that I want to be. And now I'm aware, oh man, these are the things that I need to make my baseline. And now that I make them my baseline, my next step is always gonna be higher and higher and higher. And man, my takeaway from this session is the technical decision to be on a tripod, pass. The technical decision to shoot one light, pass. The technical decision to be prepared to have a shot list and have a goal for what I want for my portfolio images, pass. The energy as a result of these things, phenomenal. I will never not want this energy from a shoot ever again. I can't go back. So much so that I gotta reach out to my prior models like, yo, can I get a do-over? Can we do this again? Because now I feel it. Now I know my work has hit another level. Let's get it. Let's get it. Thank you so much for your time. It is the most valuable resource that we have, and I do not take it lightly that you've shared some of it here with me today. In the description below, you can find affiliate links to all the equipment that I use to create these videos in my professional world, in my creative world. And you'll find links to my Instagram, my portfolio, my professional portfolio, my creative portfolio. And if you like the video, like it. If you like the channel, subscribe. Thank you for joining me on my journey. My name is Ramon, and I'm out of here. Peace.